All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakargadash. We give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. This is the brother Kartazar from the GMS Nebraska camp coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This one being entitled Solomon's Navy. All right, so I just found this picture, and I thought it was a dope picture. It really gives credence to what the scriptures say. Um, so, Lord's word is edifying. It says the Phoenicians, a seafaring people from the Levant, built a vast trade network stretching from the eastern Mediterranean to Spain, spreading their alphabet to the Greeks and leaving an indelible mark on history. Though their cities fell to conquerors and their language faded, their influence lived on in the alphabets of Europe in the midst of lost voyages. So you can see on this map right here, you know, Jake was all over, you know, the Mediterranean, you know, all through Africa and up into Britain. All right, so we had knowledge of the seas, and we made colonies. Because let me see, yeah. So here's another picture. You know, all these little cities here are colonies, including Carthage. You know, where you get Hannibal. You know, Hannibal comes from Carthage. You know, all of these people. You know, Saki. Well, what I'm trying to say is this is just it gives credence to the scriptures. So let's it's not the one I want. Here we go. This is Second Chronicles 9:21. It says, "For the king's ships." Let me jump back. This is Second Chronicles 9:20. It says, "And all the drinking vessels of King Solomon were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were silver. It was not anything accounted. It was not anything accounted of in the days of Solomon. For the king's ships went to Tarshish, and the servants of Haram every 3 years once came the ships of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver and ivory and apes and peacocks, right? And King Solomon passed all the kings of the earth in riches and wisdom." So when you go back to the picture, you can see, you know, the trade routes all up and down, you know, the northern coast of Africa, in throughout, you know, Greece and Italy, you know, around the islands, up and down the coast of Europe. So Jake was traveling. Jake was setting up these places. So I wanted to get this because this is Tarshish. Tarshish is in Spain. This is Spain. All right. This is Africa. That's the Atlantic Ocean. That's the Mediterranean Sea, and that's the Straits of Gibraltar. See if I can pull that up real quick. You know, Africa and Europe they're right there. You know, right across from each other. Let's see if I can get a. There we go. Like you can literally see Africa from Europe. You know, from southern Spain to northern Africa. Just bear with me. My mouth is wanting to act up right. So you had Jake going to these different places. All right. So let's jump back and First Kings chapter 9:25. It says, "And 3 times a year did Solomon offer burnt offerings and peace offerings on the altar which he built unto the Lord." Verse 26. It says, "And King Solomon made a navy of ships in Ezion Geber, which is beside Eloth, on the shore of the Red Sea, in the land of Edom. And Hiram sent in his navies his servants, shipmen that had knowledge of the sea, with the servants of Solomon. And they came to Ophir and fetched from this gold 420 talents and brought it to King Solomon. So, like I said, they were going to Tarshish, right, which is in southern Spain. So they had knowledge of the seas. So what this ultimately proves is um, in Second Esdras 13. All right. So let me see. Well, before we go there, I just want to get a couple facts. So let's just corroborate this. King David. All right. When did King David live? King David of Israel lived approximately 1010 to 970 BC. Right. I guess that's what they're saying. His reign was. He reigned from 1010 to 970. So he would have been born, probably when he was a young man when he became king. So what, maybe 1025, 1027, somewhere in there. But so we know about the time that he was around. Well, let's corroborate it. So what was going on in 1000 BC in Carthage, right? So in 1000 BC, Carthage would have been a newly established Phoenician colony on the North African coast, just like the picture we seen, right? You have Carthage right here, all right, in the time of King David, who was the father of Solomon, right? So you had Jake making these trips already. So what language was spoken in Carthage? It was Punic, an extinct Semitic language, right? Shem, all right, not Hamite, all right, not Hamitic, is a Shemitic. So the Carthaginians, all right, the Punic people, the Phoenician people are Semitic people. They're Israelites. All right, Punic was a variation of Phoenician, a Canaanite language, right? So just like the same way, like today, you have Spanish being spoken in Spain, but the Spanish that people speak in Spain is different from the Spanish that's spoken in Mexico, which is different from the Spanish that's spoken in Puerto Rico. The slang is different, the accent is different. A lot of things are changed up, and it's the same thing with this, man. As you can see, it's an offshoot. Like that looks like a thigh right there. You know, in a ra. You can tell it's a ma. Yeah, that's definitely a ma, a ba. Like you can damn near read it. An I. So going to second Esdras 13, and let me see. I started 39. It says, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of the land of, it's like out of their own land, in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanessar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over water, so they came into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they may keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. So when you just look at the map, all right, because we know that they were going over to the Americas before, all right. Where's my world map? Come on, all right. Well, let me really. kind of blurry. Come on, man. That's perfect. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're cooking with grease. So, this is perfect. So we know that they were coming from Israel and going up and down the North African coast, all around the Greek islands and up and down Italy, going around to the British Isles, around France and Belgium, Denmark, all of these countries over here, Portugal. So they had to, if they were coming over to the Americas, it's a straight shot. Once you get outside the Straits of Gibraltar, right? Once you come, straight through here, and you're in the Atlantic Ocean, right? Once you are in the Atlantic Ocean, it's a straight shot. You got a straight shot to America. Straight shot. Now you can go a little south, and end up in the Caribbean, a little further south. I can't say whether they explored, North America or South America. They're in Central America. We just know that they were over here getting those resources and bringing them back. It said every 3 years, meaning it would take a year and a half to get here and a year and a half to get back. Remember, these are sailing ships, so it ain't no motor. You got to go off the wind, and your navigational skills. So it says that going back to 2nd Esdras 13, right? Let me. Right, so they never kept their statues in their own land, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then show for signs, show signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For though that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and that same region is called Arsareth. So it took them a year and a half, to go from here out the straits, get over here to. I gotta get a new mouse. Yeah, bear with me. So it took a year and a half for them to get, from there all the way over here, and another year and a half to get back. So what happened was, all right, they were in the 10 tribes, the Latinos and Native Americans. They were in slavery, all right, over here in this Babylonian area. So they took a boat in the Euphrates until they got to the Persian Gulf, and they just followed it out, and just went southward down around Africa. Now, when you get down here, it said that they held still the flood because you have what's called the Agulhas current. Let's look that up real quick. All right, you can see it's down around South Africa. This current will literally take you right there and then push your ass right back off, right? Because you have, this warm Indian Ocean water meeting this cold Atlantic water and this, southern ocean water, all right? So it's rough waters down there. Says the Gulf current can be dangerous due to large waves, gale force winds, and submerged rocks. The the, 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 can produce waves and that break boats When the wind shift direction, road waves can occur that are up to 5 stories high. That's why the Lord had to hold still the flood. All right, because they were going through these turbulent waters down here. So it said that maybe it was a year and a half. So it took them a year and a half, to traverse the journey. And as soon as you pass that, you home free. It's a straight shot to South America. You head north, and that's how our people got in South Central and in North America. But just going back to the map proves it because the scriptures speak about us going to Tarshish. So that's all I really want to get today. I enjoy topics like this. Lord's way, you do too, or hopefully you do too. And I want to say, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kadash. Give double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity of the men and the women who follow. Shalom.